Let's talk about getting a job. Let's talk about real job placement for a moment. You know, when you go to a normal traditional school, no matter how great, frankly, the curriculum might be, no matter how cool the facility looks, you've got the cameras, the boards, it all looks exciting. But the reality is, what happens when you're done? And if you really look at it, when you go to a normal traditional school, whether it be a music, film school, broadcasting school, college, the only real people that you get as far as connections or contacts are the other students. So you're there, you know, you have one teacher or two teachers or what have you, and you know, they're teachers, so they're not in the business. And then you've got a bunch of students. But what a lot of people don't realize is when you start in these programs, it sounds kind of exciting because you got Joe and Mary and Sally, but they don't realize, and I saw firsthand when I was general manager at Columbia School of Broadcasting, that, you know, you saw the camaraderie that the students have, and then at the end of the program, it all dawns on them when they're doing their resume or where they're trying to find jobs that they're bumping into each other in the hallways of places that they're, you know, dropping their resumes off. In other words, the numbers don't work, and you really don't, those kind of contacts can't help you, because as much as it's exciting to have students, maybe you might think, as contacts, they're not contacts of the industry. You might end up being friends with them, but they're not going to be able to get you a job. The difference with what we do is that you're working already in a real environment. Think about it for a minute. You're in a real recording studio. You're at a Clear Lake. You're at a Track Audio. You're at an actual recording studio. So not only do you have your mentor, who's a chief engineer, many times, especially in recording studios, many times the mentors actually own the studio. And if they're not your teacher, their chief engineer is. So you've got everybody in the building is working in the field. Every one of them is making a living doing it. So you have all these contact, you have real contacts. You have the owner of a studio, who's a contact. You have his chief engineer, who's a contact. You have his other staff engineers. Hey, there may be 10 or 15 staff engineers on hand in the recording studio. You've got music producers coming in and out of the studio all the time. You've got working bands coming in that are paying money. So every day that you're at these studios, you're either working with people that are making a living, and you're meeting new people who are actually potential employers. So our students have a much bigger advantage in terms of job placement for two reasons. Number one, they're really meeting people that can give them a job. I mean, think about it. Your mentor could hire you if he wanted to. He owns the studio. He owns the film company, okay? Or he's the program director at the radio station. Let's be clear. The program director's job is to hire and fire all the disc jockeys. So that guy is your one-on-one personal mentor, personal instructor. So really, the main reason it works better for job placement is really the math. The math is you've got more people that are in the industry in your favor there that you're meeting. You're meeting these people. You're meeting the chief engineer. You're meeting the staff engineer. You're meeting the producer. Think about it. In school, you're really not meeting anybody who could give you a job, unless you want to be a teacher.